I got to show you this in absolute detail. I've got to take you for a walk around this car. It's going to shock you. It's going to surprise you. This is the Pocket Bunny. Now, I did the whole launch of the 4 cars here. Hengs 180 SX, Sky Gallery's GTR R34 over there, and the Veilside Combat SW20 over there. But I want to give you a whole video walk around on this because it's got so many incredible, interesting details on it. Now, the first thing I'm going to say is there are 4 of these in the world. This has been shipped over from Japan. It's bonded in. It's going back home after the Impact Speedfest. So I need to mention, if you want to see this car, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's going to be in the Challenger Halls at Impact, and you shouldn't miss this because maybe you'll never see another one again in your life, and it is absolutely epic. Now, I've seen this since it was launched earlier on this year. It's only 6 months old, or even less. It's launched in Tokyo. And to be honest, when you see it online, when you see it on the Rocket Bunny site, on their website, it doesn't look that good. It looks pretty awkward. But in real life, it looks fantastic. So, enough of my face, and we look around, and that, I think it's just absolutely cool. It's pure R34 on a tiny compressed scale, and you can see the R34 style lights. And I apologize, we're in this crazy like underground warehouse, so the shadows and everything are going on, but you can see the R34 style lights and the different bulbs in there. Small lights here, and we've got a little splitter on there, a big cooler sitting right in the middle, Rocket Bunny Racing. I can see another cooler overlapping it there. They've got 2 anti-dive plates there. Like I said, they've got a splitter and the whole R34 feel to it. Now, the side exit is where the exhaust comes out of. And we're going to look under the bonnet in a minute because it is going to surprise you. Because the first thing I thought, this is a show car. It's built for shows, but it's actually the real deal. And it's going to shock you when you see the engine. Anyway, it's built on the Suzuki Twin, which is a small K car that was built from 2003 to 2005, just for 3 years. And I'm losing my voice now. There is so much dust, so much smoke in here, I'm losing my voice. Anyway, I'm going to do my best to walk you around this car. Now, the Suzuki Twin, it just comes down here. It's a small hatchback. It's got these bulbous arches. It reminds me a little bit of the Ford car back from years ago, the Ford KA. Very similar to that. And it's a little bit shorter than a Smart 4 too, because when I did a little bit of research, I was trying to get an idea of the size, and it looks a bit like a Ford car as well, the stock one with the black arches. And the size, the engine, it's all done for the K car rules. Originally, it had a 3-cylinder K car engine in, but not anymore, as you're going to see in a minute. And you can also see it's the most popular car in here. People want to get their photos with this car. And we look at the side, and you can see they've basically taken the whole front end and the whole rear end. And what I said before, how it comes down as a hatch, they put a boot onto this car. It's that sophisticated a kit. Now, your Suzuki Twin, they cut it up to put this on. They really chop it away. But to be honest, those cars are rare, but they have absolutely no value. It is a really forgettable car. But one thing when I was studying this is the Suzuki Twin was the first K car to get a hybrid option. But this doesn't have the hybrid option at all. This is going to surprise you in a minute. And we look down the side, and I showed you the exit, and you can see these big bulbous box arches, and you can also see the panel fit here as well. That's pretty big. It's still got the mirrors, it's still got the door, and it's still got the roof, and everything is gone, but not all the door, because the rear box arch goes right onto the door. And then it's got a flat skirt right down here, and you can see how this comes out in one piece, 2 pieces, and then a finisher onto the door. And you can see the exit coming out here. And we should also not forget, it's running on real R34 style wheels. If I can see the size, and I cannot see the size anywhere on that. So we'll look on the back end, see if we can see the size here. Here we go, 195, 50, 15, and they don't actually feel like 15-inch wheels. And here we can see how the filler cap is there and how much it comes out, how big this comes out. So like I said, it originally come down here and they built a whole back end onto the car, and it looks completely incredible. And the next thing I want to say is I saw it online, I saw it on videos, and it didn't look very good. But when you see it in real life, it looks really, really fun. It looks really cool. And as you'll see in a minute when we look under the bonnet inside, this is a proper built car. The rear wing is absolutely huge. I mean, I don't think that's very R34. It feels really race style. Kind of feels 3D printed and Sunoco on there, giving it the race feel. The back end, when you get to the back end, that is pure R34 down there. The R34 rear lights on either side, but they've still got the R34 style into the boot lid. And although it's a much narrower, it has that feel and it has that dish there. It's got a catch there, which is cool. And the back end, it's kind of pre-diffuser where the air is just fed out. It's really, really cool. It's got these quite sophisticated mounts that are mounted right in, and it looks like it's got a bit of adjustability up there. That is absolutely incredible. I'm going to pull you right away so you can see it from the side and get a feel. It looks crazy. I mean, honestly, in photos, it doesn't look as good as you would think. But in real life, it looks fantastic. And I really love a lot of the details. The rear arch is rounded. The front arch is like got profiles into it. So the next thing to do is have a look inside. And I apologize because it is dark. The light is terrible. The DJs have been making a ton of noise. The DJs are here actually. We look inside this car. And because it's got a big engine swap in it, the bulkhead has been cut out. We're going to try and climb right in and show you there. You can see it's been cut away, and they've got a custom alloy center trunking taking the transmission down to the back end, and it's beautifully welded. It's still got the original pedal box. It's got alloy floor plates there, and you can see it's also taped up, and it's got new wiring. It's got race style bucket seats with Rocket Bunny racing, and I like that on the harness. And we've also got Rocket Bunny racing on the clasp in the center. Really, really beautiful. That looks like the bonnet pull, like I say, the original pedals, but they put this support in here, or maybe this is the original support and they've reused it. And you can see how it's got the steering column coming up, and I guess it is the original support, but they mounted the gauges on it. We've got its engine start stop switch there, we've got a kill switch, and we've got fuses there as well. Really, really nice. The door card has been replaced with a composite piece. They put the catch in, they put the electric windows in, and they put a small pull on that. That is really nice as well. And we'll look in the middle here, you can see this could go drifting with that brake setup. And in fact, David Dorigo standing right there. He could take this drifting tonight. Big gear stick there with a wooden handle on it. And here, I love this. No parking brake. After stopping, put the vehicle in first gear or reverse. We've got a tank there, and if we look in the back end, we can actually see the transmission here because you can see it's cut away. And we've got a transmission in the back end here and drive shafts. That is absolutely incredible. And you can see the custom mounts on here as well. Let me just zoom right in and show you that because that is absolutely nuts. You can see we've got brake wires going on. I don't know what to say. We've got tie straps going here. I'm not sure what they're doing. We've got a tank here. This is crazy. The battery is down here. I'm seeing all sorts of new things as I look around. I apologize. This is a one take without any research. Man, I don't know what to say about this car. I wasn't expecting a lot, expecting something to just be a show novelty, but this has had a serious amount of work put into it. It's absolutely epic. And we've still got ladies here wanting to get their photo, and I'm getting right in the way. I apologize for that. Right, after getting a shock looking inside the car, I'm going to look at the engine bay and get my second shock of the night. And that is not what I was expecting at all. As we saw from how the cockpit's all been done, that is pushed right back. That is incredible. It's got a big custom air intake here. You can see the pipe going down here. We've got a cooler here. We've got two coolers sitting down there. We've got the turbo unit there. And you can see valves down here and a lot of custom parts. Still got the windscreen wiper motor here, but we've got more custom piping here. In fact, here we've got the exhaust exit. So this, it's just got an exhaust coming right out here. Let me spin around and you can see it. So it's going to pop back. We've got the big valve down there sitting under the turbo. But that is incredible. Custom tanks, everything is incredible here. And although this engine is jammed in, it kind of feels like there's plenty of room here, and there's still a bit of room down here. And if I look down here, you can see all the brackets, all the mounts, all custom done as well, and these support things. That is unreal. Totally not what I expected at all. I don't know what to say. I am really, really blown away about this car. Anyway, this is bonded into Thailand. It's not staying. There's 4 in the world, what I said before. And you can see it at Impact Speed Fest this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then it's going back to Japan and say bye-bye to it. So you definitely need to come and see this. And in fact, we have got a superstar Thai drifter getting into the car. And I'm not sure whether he's going to drift it. He can probably drift it in this space here as well. David Dorigo, one of the absolute legends. And he fits as well in a K car. That's going to kill his reputation. Now the question is he going to drift it with the bonnet up to hit a few million views, or is he going to do it with the bonnet down? That's it. I needed to bring you a whole look at this car because it's too much for my walk around video showing you the unveiling. So I've made 2 videos and I brought you this. So as I always say, if you like my video, please hit the like button. I apologize for the quality and the dark and all this crazy lighting everywhere. But if you like my video, please hit the like button for me. See this car at Impact Speed Fest Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And for a ton more content like this and the Impact Speed Fest, which I'll bring you after the event, hit me a sub. But now, I really need to get out of here. I'll see you soon.